offers free money management advice to help you take control of your finances. And now here's your host, personal finance enthusiast and licensed insurance broker, James Barber.
Good evening. Welcome to Oregon Cash Flow Pro. My name is James Barber. I'm always here to help you maximize your cash flow. This is our Wealth Care Wednesday live stream financial question and answer session. You ask the questions. I do my best to answer and provide you with some value. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. I'm happy to try to help you out. And in our other videos on this channel, we do live streams of the market. Although, as Low Roller points out, we didn't have a live stream for the last week. Going on a week and a half now. I know, it's been a while. But I also give you information on dynamic banking and life insurance, IULs, infinite banking, whole life insurance, high cash value, specially designed policies. Everything to help you maximize your cash flow. That's what this channel is about. So, Low Roller, good evening. What happened to me? No live stream for a week? No, I'm not going to be on our normal schedule tomorrow. I'll probably be off again the rest of this week. I've been trying to focus on getting my options course completed. And I decided that I basically was spending too much time. I was spending too much time doing day trading and not focusing enough on anything else. And when I'm day trading, I enjoy it. I enjoy the heck out of it. But it requires you to sit in front of the computer all day throughout the market to try and keep the dollars coming in. And it just, I want a better use of my time. Let's put it that way. So I decided that I was finally going to get focused on finishing up my options course. Because I love trading options. I think there's so much opportunity for you guys to maximize your cash flow and maximize your trading and your investing by utilizing options. And there's so many viewers and so many of our members that don't use options still. So my plan is, people didn't get notifications. Well, I said it during multiple live streams last week, so you just must have missed it. So I apologize. So my focus is get the options course done, and then I'll get back and I'll do the live streams for an hour each day, probably when the market opens, same start time as before, but this time I'll be focused on options education. And so I want to be able to provide value. And there's so many people out there that need more information. I figured I would be able to answer questions during that time about options, and I wouldn't be focused on trading myself. So we can get in there, we can talk about different ideas, different options with different stocks. People can ask me about technical analysis and basically anything that I can do to help you guys get some more value. I went on vacation, I came back, and it just wasn't the same on the live streams. There was less viewers, but that was expected. But we didn't get any. We really didn't get any tips, and it's not just the tips, but the number of likes were down, and so it just kind of felt like I wasn't providing enough value with what we were focusing on. So my goal, I want to be able to provide more value, and that type of feedback tells me if I'm providing value. You know, if I'm getting tips coming in, that tells me people are getting value from what I'm providing. Even though this is all free content, and I'm not doing it in order to just get tips rolling in, but it's feedback, and I just wasn't getting as much feedback as it felt like we should have been getting. And our viewership wasn't really growing. It was kind of getting a little bit stagnant. So we're going to kind of shift gears a little bit for those live streams. These live streams will be the same. This is our financial Q&A. Had a lot of you guys here for the last year. And I think the last two Wednesdays are the first Wednesdays I've missed over that last year from these live streams. we don't get a whole lot of viewers, but it's not designed for that. This one is designed to be more of a one-on-one where you guys can ask questions and I'll take 10 or 15 minutes or as much as needed and get you an answer that might help you out. C, good to see you too. Low Roller says, I missed a lot of action in AMC the last 7 days. Tesla was down, that's why you're not getting a lot of viewers. Yeah, it could be. Tesla's definitely not getting the same. A lot of people are distracted with AMC. I see a lot of the AMC channels blowing up. I didn't miss the action in AMC. I was trading this week. I was just not doing it on the live stream. And but yeah, it was AMC was exciting this week. There was a number of stocks, but I basically focused on AMC and Tesla this week for my trading. How's your trading going this week, Low Roller? Crypto's been getting hammered for the last couple of weeks. Tesla's still down. I thought Tesla would go up yesterday or today, and it just got beat down. We got the Model S event coming up tomorrow. So it feels like it's poised to take off. I mean, it's just coiling in that 600 range. It was really tight Bollinger Bands all day today. Felt like it was ready to pop at any time, but it just kept going down. No, I don't think YouTube's shadow banning me. I don't know. I think it's just me. I think it's just my channel. We're just not getting the widespread appeal that I'm hoping to get, you know? So, Skywalker, I haven't seen Skywalker for a while. Skywalker's one of our super fans. C says, Tesla hasn't really had a lot of good news in a while. Nothing much going on but delays. It does feel like it's overdue for another upward move, but let's not jinx it. I'm not trying to jinx it. But I may or may not be sitting on a whole lot of 700 strike calls expiring next week in hopes of that pop tomorrow. So I am sitting on a whole bunch. I've got like 70. I think I have 70 calls. I've got a pretty big play in on that one, expecting it to pop up. I only need it to go up a little bit. If it gets up to 610, I'll be sitting pretty. Doesn't need to go up very much from where it's at right now, but it does need to go up. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to get out of it pretty quickly. I mean, it doesn't expire till next week. As long as it pops up at some point, if it gets closer, if it gets back up to 620 by, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, then I'll be all right also. So we'll see. I'm planning on holding through the event if I have to. Hopefully I'll be able to sell out tomorrow, though, before the event. I'm not trying to get greedy. I don't need it to pop up a whole lot. Just need it to get back profitable. But yeah, not a lot of good news. Surprisingly, I mean, Tesla has had some good news. It just hasn't been reported as good news. We had that FUD come out where where it said the May deliveries from China or the May numbers from China were bad, like half of April, and that was totally false. The numbers for China came out yesterday, and they were awesome. They were really good, and yet the media didn't report it that way, and so it didn't go up on it. It popped in the morning when everybody saw the numbers, but then the media reported it totally differently, and it came down. C says, semiconductor shortage, COVID, election delays, Bitcoin, GameStop stuff, all expected Tesla negatively. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hard MF, good evening. How you doing, my friend? How's your trading going? I know with Tesla kind of being stagnant, probably not great. But have you been having success? Have you been having some success out there? Were you playing AMC? AMC was a fun one to trade this week. I figured since I haven't been on live stream, we'd be doing the talk. We would talk about quite a bit of stocks tonight. Brian Rashetsky, how you doing? How's Giga Texas coming along? Any updates? I haven't seen any of your videos over the last week and a half. What's going on tomorrow at the Tesla event? Model S delivery event. I think it's going to be pretty neat. BDN, are you going to that event? Or is it just people who have Model S's that got invited so that they can get them delivered? And let me know how your full self-driving's going. Did you get the vision update? How's that doing? Man, I can't wait for that. You'll go if it's not crowded? Oh, okay. I saw a thing on Twitter that it said it was going to be a full event. So, C says, Ford's been doing well lately. Wish you would have bought more at its lows. I hear you. I hear you. Ford came out with their Lightning EV pickup. It's not going to start being delivered for a while, but it looks good. That's a good looking truck. They got a lot of cool features on it, and that front trunk looks awesome. Looks awesome. So that looks like it could be a great vehicle for Ford. The only downside for Ford is they're not anticipating building very many batteries. Or they're not anticipating, I think, what did they say? They're anticipating buying like 20 or 200 gigawatt hours of batteries, something like that, by 2025, which is like not very much. Essentially, they're looking at like not a whole lot of sales of that Lightning truck. But I think it's going to be really popular. They're going to have to figure out how to make more batteries. Because you know the Ford truck is going to sell well. It's the top selling truck in America, the F-150. And it may not have the best specs for an EV or for an EV truck even, but people like them. Like it's going to do really well. They're going to need to make a lot more of them. Take advantage of that. Brian says, no updates yet. You really need to get out there. Oh, you haven't been out there? Oh, will there be a secret like the Tesla can mine Dogecoin in the background? I doubt it. I doubt they're going to make it. I mean, that's a energy intensive. Any Bitcoin mining or any crypto mining is fairly energy intensive. I don't know if people are going to want to do that with their Teslas. I guess some people might. I don't think that would be big good news, though. C says, for sure, Lightning looks great. A few great EV trucks coming out that you want. Cybertruck, Lightning, Canoe Truck. The Rivian looks good. Hard MF, you heard somewhere, as good as Ford EVs might be, they'll be taking a loss on them. They've got quite a big price on them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're taking a loss on them to begin with. They're going to have to get their manufacturing streamlined and efficient in order to make it worthwhile. And maybe that's why they're not going to be pumping them out. But, at some point, they're just going to have to price them where they price them so they make a profit and just keep building them. I mean, part of why they focus on their F-150, though, is they make a boatload of money on those. It's a high-profit vehicle. Low Roller, did I see Wish, Clove, and Churchill stock pump so hard? I did. Yeah, I don't anticipate a live stream this week. I do my best work in the evening when it comes to putting together this course and recording videos and editing videos. I'm always editing late into the night. It's so much easier for me to stay up late. And when I stay up late doing that, I am not in a position to get up and do a live stream in the morning. So I'm making progress. Not as quick as I had hoped. I had hoped to make a lot more progress, but I haven't been able to make as quick as I can. Or as quick as I had hoped. Brian says the new Tesla refresh will have more competing power than a PS5. Could be enough to do it in the background while parked. Yeah, no, I agree. It could be. Ideanomics finally came back up and ChargePoint's coming up. Oh, good for you. A lot of things come up. NNDM back up over $8. That was a nice one to see. What else did we? Bingo. Bingo came back up over $8. Things started coming back up. I mean, I cleared out of all that stuff to focus on day trading. I kind of wish I didn't, but I needed the funds at the time. I had to free up the funds. It was doing a lot better for me. But I was in some good positions that would be much better now, even with things coming back. So, yeah. Oh, well. Phil Roller says meme stocks are hot. It's a great time for live streams. You can get new viewers. Yeah, I know, but yeah, I don't like just pumping the hot meme stocks. I really want to be able to. I really want to be able to provide some more value than that. Real value, not just hype. You know? I don't like to just push out hype that people can throw YOLO bets on and maybe win and maybe not, maybe go bust. I don't like to see people go bust. Naked and SNDL are pumping. Good, good. BDN says there are more than thousands of plaid in the lot and they're washing this afternoon. Nice. Yeah, I saw pictures of it. There's a lot. That's going to be a big boost to Q2 profits. Get all those delivered. C says it still feels like tech and growth stocks are stuck in a bit of a mire, though. Feels like we're on the tail end of the correction, more of a regular market for these kinds of stocks. Yeah. I mean, especially Tesla, but for the most part, we're definitely not out of it for tech and growth. Tomorrow's going to be interesting because we get more inflation data. So hopefully we'll see inflation low. That'll help the tech and the growth stocks. And we should definitely see a bump from Tesla on that. BDN. Oh, you got to test drive it. It's hella fast, he says. Nice. Brian, you've been on the SNDL kick and you sold some. Nice. That one's a good one. If you can catch it on the way up, it moves up pretty good. Yep, El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as tender currency. I heard that. That's interesting. That's going to be interesting. I don't know how that would work. Basically, the good reason to do that is to get yourself off of another nation's currency that you have no control of. You don't have control over Bitcoin, but neither does anybody else. Well, except the whales, right? But from a country's perspective, you can't print anymore. You can't create more money. So that's going to make it a challenge. You basically can't meet obligations like most of your developed countries that have their own fiat currency, or they can just create more if they need to, if they have to meet some other obligations. Imagine they'll have to demand taxes in Bitcoin unless they still have their own currency, or I think they were just pegged to the dollar. I don't know. But that's interesting to think about how that might work for a country, because basically they're going to get their taxes and stuff based on whatever the price of Bitcoin is currently. I think they're banking on the price of Bitcoin going up, which would mean a much better position for them as a country to be getting things in Bitcoin, to be getting taxes in Bitcoin, because then it can go up, and it'll go up at a much higher rate than inflation's going up everywhere else. So it'll be interesting. Be interesting to see how it goes. Yeah, I heard Wendy is a meme stock. That was interesting. I have not even looked at that one yet. C's not a fan of this meme stock stuff. He likes real investing based on fundamentals. The meme stuff worries him. I'm not too worried about him. I mean, it's a part of the market. You know, it's a natural reaction to people doing too much shorts. You get too much shorting going on, it's I mean, that's a fundamental. I think that is part of the fundamentals. It's just supply and demand fundamentals is all it is. It's not the business fundamentals. No capital gains taxes on Bitcoin in El Salvador. President supports Bitcoin. Yeah, I heard that. That's pretty good. Alex, how's it going? Thank you. I mean, I'm still here. I've still been here. I haven't left. I just haven't been doing any live streams because I'm trying to focus on getting my options course completed so that we can provide a lot more value to folks that hang out on our stock market live streams. And we'll kind of refocus. I want to have my market live streams more Q&As kind of like this, but focused on individual stocks and options education. I think there's a pretty good market for that. You joined the Discord as a show of thanks. I appreciate that. I remember I saw you in there. Oh yeah, you're in Hit the Bids. Hit that bids also, huh? Or hit the bid. Hit that bid. There's two names of folks out there, Hit That Bid and Hit That Bid. I think it's Hit That Bid. So I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I mean, the more people that I have that join in on the Discord or a YouTube channel member or people that do super chats and donate, that's kind of how I get to gauge if I'm actually providing value to people. So it's nice to see. It's one of the few ways I have of gauging how much value we're able to provide. Yeah, the stock market was exciting last week. Everyone was looking for me, Low Roller says. I appreciate that. And I know we have our regulars, and I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I miss you too. I do hope to get back soon, but I want to come back and have more to provide. So that's what we're going to look for. The downside is if I can get back next week, we'll have next week, but then I'm going on a men's trip where we're going down to Nevada and we're going to go on quads up in the mountains for a week. And I don't know if I'm going to have any cell service. We're just, we're going to be taking sleeping bags, maybe cots, maybe some tents, and our quads. And we're just going to drive all around all the mountains. It should be a lot of fun. If I got some service, though, I'll do some live streams from there. Unfortunately, I was unable to last week. We did some camping over Memorial Day, but I wasn't up where we had any good service. My 1, 3, and 5 minute day trading strategy made you realize you can do it too. That's the most powerful realization. The right people will find value and thank you. Awesome. That's good. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear that you're having some success. Really, so here's the secret. Here's what it comes down to. What it comes down to is just having a strategy and recognizing some patterns. If all you do is you watch the stock price, you're going to get lost. You're not going to have any idea what's going on, when it's going up or when it's coming down, or what it might do in the next minute or 5 minutes or hour. That's where technical analysis comes in, and learning to read those candles. The candles provide so much information. It kind of tells a story. And the market, it breathes. It breathes in and it breathes out. And it goes up and it comes down. And there's this push and pull between buyers and sellers. And it's that theory that starts to create these trends. And when you get the right indicators and you get these lines in there, it makes it a lot easier to track what's going on. What part of the cycle are we in? And I don't even look at, I mean, we look at a tiny fraction of the indicators that are out there. And people trade on all different kinds of indicators. The more people that trade on the same indicators, the more fulfilling, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more people that trade on this similar indicator. If you're all seeing the same thing and you all realize that, oh, that indicates it's going to change this direction. Now, a whole bunch of people are buying in and it moves all of a sudden. So that's what getting in on those indicators does. But it's identifying what are the most relevant at any given time. And what are the ones, like how many do you need in alignment before you want to hop in? The challenge for a lot of day traders is we try and trade too much. And we just hop in when it's not the ideal time. We got to realize we don't have to be trading every second. If we just be patient and wait for our time, wait for the indicators to indicate where it's going, you get in. If it made the right move, you're golden. If it makes the wrong move, get out. Try again. Be patient again. Because when we get those right moves, we can quickly make a few $100s. Just get in and get out. Doesn't take very much capital to do that either. Alex says, you realize it's like surfing, finding the right waves to ride. Exactly, exactly. He said, bingo, I made you realize that. Yashu has knowledge on the how, but your knowledge that you deduced was all about the wave patterns for the day trading part of you scratching that itch. That's awesome. That's awesome. Patience is something most people lack. Cutting losses, yes, very smart man. Thanks again. Yeah, somebody, was it Warren Buffett, said the stock market is it's a place where money moves from the impatient to the patient. And for the most part, that's true. Now, when it comes to options that expire in very short time period, it's really hard to be patient. But there are options out there that you can give yourself some time. They just cost more money. But for the most part, if you're just patient, it comes back. Almost everything comes back. Unless it's just a horrible company that should be going down, or if it was way overvalued. So, yeah, you got to, for the most part, if you're just patient, it'll come back. It's really hard to be patient, though. And that's one of the problems that I had when I'm getting in there and I'm doing the day trading. Boy, I can't be patient. If I see something that's going to be moving down, I want to get out of it. I don't want to write it back. And if I see it down and I see something else that I think is going to come up, I want to get out of the thing I'm down on and get the thing that's going up. And it really makes it a challenge. So that's another reason why I'm trying to shift my focus and get more into a Q&A where I'm going to try and get into some more longer term positions and not focus on day trading. I can just focus on helping others. Yeah, C says wealth transfer from the impatient to the patient. Yep. Justin, good evening. I'm bald. No, I'm not bald. I got some hair up here. See that? I got hair. It's just short. I try to keep my hair short all the time. Like, it's pretty rare, but sometimes I let it grow out a little bit. Maybe that was the last time you saw me. C says, during some of those Tesla lows, you almost lost your patience. Phew. Yeah, Tesla can be a tough one, but it's going to come back. The main thing is did the fundamentals change on Tesla? No. We know there's a couple of factories going to be coming up. We know that they're going to be pumping out a lot of cool vehicles, and we know that there's a lot of demand for those vehicles. We also know there's a lot of other opportunities for Tesla to make money, and the future is exciting. So I'm a believer. I'm a bull on Tesla, but yeah, you gotta remember why you're holding it, and don't give up the hope. It may be down, but you're not out unless you sell. You don't lose unless you sell. BDN says there's lots of Tesla haters out there, and don't listen to them. Do your own research. Well, the problem is most of the research you do, you're probably going to come across all the FUD that gets spread around by the mainstream media. So it's really hard. Really hard for people that even want to do their own research. Alex says, thoughts on tomorrow? Expectations for big announcements? I don't know. Not that I've heard. I don't really have any expectations other than the delivery. It would be cool if there's some kind of surprise with the Model S's, although I'm not really anticipating any surprises. Although June 10th does coincide with possibly when we get to see the Vision full self-driving rollout. BDN, you didn't answer my question about that. Do you have the Vision update? Full self-driving, or is that maybe something you're going to be getting tomorrow or the next day? Darius, how you doing, man? How's it going? Looks like I've been having fun. You've been seeing my videos with me and my family riding the ATV. Yeah, thanks. We have been. I've been trying to put up little shorts videos. Just little clips. I don't need to put out and edit I don't want to edit a big whole video on the ATVs. Maybe every once in a while I'll do that if we do something exciting. But for the most part, we do little bits here and there where it just makes for a nice 15-second short. We can get that out there. That's pretty cool. Oh, is there going to be a one more thing tomorrow? Maybe. I'm dying to get our full self-drive button so that we can get it on my Tesla. I really want that full self-drive. And if that full self-drive comes out, oh man, look out. That stock is going to pump. The stock will pump. I definitely don't think full self-drive is priced into that. But part of that's because people just don't believe it's coming out yet, or they don't believe in what it can do. So if it comes out, we get some videos showing what it can do. Whew. Oh, the subscription thing too, that along with it. We're expecting the vision. So they did away with the radar. We expect the full vision. BDN says vision is nice. We'll hear from the big boss tomorrow. Okay, you think Elon will talk about it? Nice. I did see something on Twitter where the vision is anticipating curves. It's anticipating the road curving, which is new. It didn't used to do any anticipation like that. So it'd be interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more. C, you're looking forward to the options course. A few days ago, you enabled options trading on your Robinhood account, but nervous to get started. Nice. All right. I love options on Robinhood just because it's the easiest user interface to learn options with. And so in my course, I'm showing using Robinhood. Like I will be showing how to use it. So you won't have to wait too long. And you'll be able to get over your nervousness. But there's definitely some good opportunities there. And I do love the Robinhood interface for options. My favorite thing with it, it's not the quickest for trading. It's not the quickest for trading options and getting in and making the options plays that you want. But options aren't necessarily something you should rush into or rush to make a trade anyways. But what it's great at is being able to look at it and understand what's happening. With so many brokers out there, like Fidelity, Charles Schwab, even Thinkorswim, Tastyworks. Like I have Tastyworks and I like it. It's actually fairly easy once you get used to using it, but it's complicated. The user interface is not the easiest thing to learn, and understanding where you're at in your position, not easy. It's not easy to get a debit spread or credit spread and understand how much profit you're making on it. Whereas with Robinhood, all I got to do is just look at it. If I just scroll through, it tells me on every single one exactly what my position is, how much profit or loss I have. And it's so easy. So I love Robinhood's interface for that. It's not my favorite brokerage by any means, but it has its positives. Sam Lee, how you doing? What happened to my Tesla streams? They're just on hiatus right now while I finish my options course. So I'm in the middle of putting it together. I'm not done yet. I've still got a ways to go. So I'm not anticipating being back on my Tesla live streams until hopefully next week. The problem is I do my best work in the evenings on these things, and it's a lot easier for me to just stay up a little bit later editing videos. And it makes it really hard for me to get up in the morning for the market open to do a live stream. So it's actually been very nice sleeping in a little bit. Sometimes I've even slept in an hour past market open. It cost me a little bit of money the one day that I did that, but not much. I was still well in the positive, but I was much better off right at open than I was an hour into open. Options are a new frontier for you, so you're excited. Nice. Well, I'm really looking forward to helping out because there's so many cool things that you can do with options as opposed to just buying and selling stock. A lot of different strategies you can employ. You can do big risks. You can do small risks. There's super safe ways to use them, really risky ways to use them. But it's the really safe ways that I want to focus on, and I really want to get more people utilizing. I really like to use options as a replacement for stocks in nearly every situation. In nearly every situation, you're probably better off with an option as opposed to buying a stock. And once you realize that and how to put a plan together to utilize it, like my whole channel and my whole focus is on helping people maximize their cash flow. This does that. Like utilizing options, you can really, really maximize your cash flow when it comes to trading and investing. I do dynamic banking for maximizing your cash flow, all the money that flows through your hands and your bank account and your income. We do infinite banking in order to maximize where you're keeping your money and building your infinite bank and getting nice, safe growth. And then this is like the other alternative. So we got income covered, we've got conservative investing covered, and now we're gonna get into maximizing investing and trading. So I really like where this is fitting in. I mean, it's kind of like my whole theme and my specialty of maximizing cash flow. It fits right into it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do to help people maximize their cash flow and really get to financial freedom, right? Alex says, instead of buying 2 shares, you were able to control 100. Super risky, but if you get the surfing concept down, it's a game changer. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So like, you must be talking about Tesla. Because like, yeah, Tesla, you buy 2 shares and it's like, Tesla goes up $10, you made $20. And it's like, all right, that's great. You know, you got a small account, it's better than nothing. But man, when you get an option instead and it goes up $20, if your option was, well, I mean, basically you probably just made $100 or $200 or more. You can make $1,000 with one option if it moves $10. So like, yeah, or $500, more like 500. So yeah, I mean, it can be a huge difference. Ah, there are no other stocks. I like your thinking. It's fun to be specialized. So, what are you thinking for tomorrow, Alex? Are you in any positions or are you waiting for it to open? Gonna see what happens. I'm sitting on, I think I'm sitting on 700 strike calls expiring next week. Yeah, I'm sitting on 70 of them. So I just need a little pop in the pre-market, right into market open would be ideal. If we could hit 620, oh man, I'm gonna be in heaven. Hit that bid. How you doing, man? We haven't seen you for a while. You got to start dynamic banking. Absolutely, absolutely. You're loving the educational bids. Good. I mean, that's what got me started on this channel is getting people educated around finance. And so like, there's a lot of information there. I think doing a lot of my Tesla live streaming kind of distracts from that, but it also exposes it to people who might not otherwise be looking for things like that. So that's good. It's good to see you guys checking out my other videos, finding some value there. Alex, you have a few contracts for 640 strike for the 18th. Nice. All right, that's cool. Yeah, 640 is definitely a lot safer than the 700 where I'm at. I just need a little bit of a pop though. Current price on those $87. My average cost is 110. So I'm down about 20% right now. But I think it's going to turn around. I think it's going to turn around tomorrow. You're hopeful big news drops tomorrow, but the 600 level can't keep going for much longer. That's what I'm thinking. Like, Tesla feels like it's coiling right now. Like, you don't hardly ever see Tesla trade in a $2 Bollinger Band from upper to lower Bollinger Band. And it was there all day. Like, it would go up and it would go down, but it would just keep that tight Bollinger Band. That's really weird for Tesla. So it just feels like it's ready to break out, but every time it tried to, it kept going to the downside. I attribute that to it just being a Wednesday. I mean, I don't know what else to think. So Thursdays are usually good days. I think we see a pop tomorrow. Hit that bid says he thinks we could all use a 650 push. Oh man, if we hit 650 tomorrow, I'm sure I wouldn't be holding on to 70 calls. I'd scale out way before that. But man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, hit that bid. How's your channel doing? Yashu, how's your channel doing? If you've been keeping those live streams up, I'm sure your channel's way bigger than mine by now. You provide a lot of good value around, like the behind the scenes around options. Like when you talk about the sweeps and stuff, that's not even something I'd pay attention to yet. Alex says exactly. Clubhouse is buzzing. People talking to lawyers about insider trading. Like, come on. China numbers were complete baloney. Yeah, no kidding. I haven't heard about insider trading. I haven't heard about that at all. It doesn't seem like hardly anybody's been trading from an insider position on Tesla. Oh, you're on Stephen Mark Ryan's Discord. What do you get? Oh, I guess that's just more Tesla stuff, huh? Is there anything else in there that's that you get on his Discord? Hit that bid. You got your inspiration from me. I know. I like that. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. You're like my protege, but I didn't help you at all with your channel. I just said go do it. and look at how well you've blossomed. All it takes is just getting out there and doing it. That's all it takes. Just dedicate a little bit of time to it. Brandon, good evening. What's my favorite Looney Tunes character? That's kind of a strange question. Alex says we showed you the options. Oh, both of us showed you the options. SMR validated. You're all in position. Ah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, he definitely does that. I haven't watched his videos for a long time, but there was a while there where like they were very inspiring. I just don't need to surround myself with all that these days. Yeah, so you guys got any questions I can answer? Anything I can help you out with? Any ways to help you maximize that cash flow? Pay off debt. You love Looney Tunes to death. All right, well that's cool. That's cool. Maximizing cash flow, paying off debt, building your financial pyramid, your wealth pyramid, making sure you're covered. CS, is it capital gains if you convert a crypto that you made gains on into another crypto? Yes. Yeah, for the most part. Actually, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not familiar with crypto to crypto trading. I'm more familiar with crypto to cash and then to another crypto, in which case, yes, you absolutely would have capital gains. But crypto to crypto, I would say yes. I would say yes, because crypto is treated like an asset. So let's say you went from one house to another house. You've got capital gains. You got to recognize the gains on one. Now, there is an exception. There's a 1035 exchange available for real estate. In life insurance, there's a 1031 exchange in real estate. In life insurance, you can trade like-kind asset for like-kind asset. It's a 1035 exchange. You might be able to do some type of like-kind exchange with crypto. I would look into that. There might be something there that you can do with crypto. You need to look up like-kind exchange on the IRS website, and you got, I don't know what the numbers are between 1031 and 1035 exchange, but there's other assets in there. Some of those went away. So some of the like-kind exchanges went away at the last Trump tax cuts. That was one of the things that got axed. Not real estate, of course, because he was a real estate mogul. But most of the other like-kind exchanges, I think, were done away with. So there may not be one available for crypto. But I would say check that out. If there's not a 1035 exchange or something like that, a like-kind exchange for crypto, then yes, you would recognize any gains you have on the one you're converting just based on where you bought and sold it at. And you'll have to convert it to a value, you'll have to convert it to whatever currency you use, would be my guess. Malik, how you doing? What do I think about the possible inflation that's happening? They're calling it a ticking time bomb. I'm not sure what to think about that yet. I'm of the mind that last year we saw basically deflation or no inflation at all. And so this year we might see double because of that, which would basically catch us up, and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. And it wouldn't cause a problem. It wouldn't cause an issue, I don't think. Part of the challenge is, and this is where a lot of people, a lot of economists or financial people freak out, is with the pandemic and the people realizing that labor needs to be paid more. There's a demand for labor. There's a demand that requires paying more for labor. And so people are going to start making more money as they go back to work. That's going to lead to a lot more money in the economy. So it's possible. Now, wages were so far behind. Like, they needed to come up anyways. And I think there's room for wages to come up without leading to, we're certainly not looking at hyperinflation. Just inflation, no big deal. We're better off with higher wages and the prices of everything going up by a bit. It wouldn't go up by the same amount that wages would go up. And the impact on the people that need those wages higher and what that does to the economy when the bottom ends up with a lot more spending money, we end up with a lot hotter economy. So when that happens, and it's kind of starting to happen, but when that happens, the Fed has to pull back. The Fed has to stop printing money. Now, it hasn't yet, although I think it's starting to. They haven't raised interest rates, but they have indicated that they're going to stop buying bonds and they're going to unload those bonds. That's one of the ways that they've been helping out. That's one of the ways they've been pumping money into the economy while regular people weren't able to. So my expectation is that they will continue to pull back as the workers start to put in. And if they do it exactly right, it could be a fairly smooth transition and we don't end up with hyperinflation, and we may get some inflation maybe catching us up from last year. It's going to be really hard to control it and keep it down at 2%, which is usually the goal. Most likely going to be higher than 2%. 4% gets us last year's and this year's. Now, we haven't really been even hitting that 2% target for the last decade. I think inflation's been somewhere around 1%. So we're actually way behind over the last 10 years. So there's still a lot of room to go up, and it's going to hurt if we do it all at once. We don't want to do it all at once, but it should actually happen. And if it's done correctly, it'll happen with people at the bottom infusing that money and pushing it through the economy over and over, as opposed to what the Trump's tax cuts did and what the corporate tax cuts did, which is just basically putting that money at the top. It's not the same effect. It's not the same effect on the economy as the workers that have to spend all of those dollars. It's not the same as them just being able to go out and spend it. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know if they're going to do it right. Odds are, if you know government, they're probably not going to do it right. But hopefully it'll be good enough. Alex says, you surround yourself with everything, draw your own conclusions. Point is, hit that bid, and Oregon Cash Flow Pro are your option boys who took your game to the next level. SMR, Dave Lee, Hyperchange, and Rob, Tesla Daily, helped you get your fundamentals in order, not financial advice. Right on. That sounds like a good crew there. Boy, I'm starting to feel it in my voice already. We got about 8 more minutes on this stream. I don't know if my voice is going to last much longer than that. I gotta get back into practice. I also lost, it just so happens, like a couple of weeks ago, I lost my editor. I had somebody that was editing my videos. My Wealthcare Wednesday live streams. She was cutting up into clips so that I could keep those going out. And so she moved on. I don't have anybody doing that editing now. So I haven't been getting any videos out. So it's not like I haven't been doing live streams. I haven't been doing any videos. I will try and get one out tomorrow, though. Not a live stream, but a video that I did today on Allianz. I just put in, Allianz has this cool lock feature where you can lock in your rate on your IUL. And I just locked in one of mine. Well, I set it to auto lock. I did lock in the rate on one of mine a few weeks ago. And then this one, I'm locking my other one since it's moved up. But on the one that I locked already, I got to lock it in at 13.58% gains for the year, which is pretty awesome. I've got 3 months to go on my point to point for that one. So that was a really good return. That's on the PIMCO. The other thing I'm looking at doing is on my Wealthcare Wednesday live streams, I'm thinking of just monitoring where those positions are at. Most of the people that I sell the Allianz policies to use some of the Bloomberg and PIMCO index options. And so it'd be a good idea to just kind of talk about those once a week and have a little bit of time for updating that so that you guys don't have to do it. My clients don't have to do it. They can just tune in, get their update. Although maybe I should do that on its own video. That way they don't have to sit through a whole live stream. I'll have to figure out how to do it. It's all up in the air. Hot flying. Good evening. I'm doing great. How are you? I'm always doing better when the sun comes out. Summertime rolls around. Things are brighter outside. Everything feels brighter. A little more positive. Still busy working on my options course though. And that's what I plan to get back to when I get off of this live stream. Got a bit more work to do today, although I also need to eat still. Got to get some dinner. So, last call for any questions. Any way I can help you guys out, let me know. Otherwise, I will bid you adieu. And we'll be back. We'll definitely be back next week for the Wealthcare Wednesday live stream. You guys are always welcome to ask me questions in my regular videos and in my chats there or in Discord. I'm around. Kern, how did I miss that comment? Kern, how you doing, my man? Have I been trading Tesla options? Absolutely. Absolutely. Tesla options is my jam. I'm currently sitting on 7,700 strike calls expiring next week. That's my YOLO. It's my YOLO. I just need it to go up tomorrow. A1 says, really quick, thoughts on Ohio National upcoming changes. The only changes I'm aware of is that they're demutualizing. And that's not a good thing. It's never a good thing. They're usually, if a company's going to demutualize, it's because they're having a hard time meeting their obligations. And the obligations that they're tied to are the guaranteed rates of the whole life policies. That's the owners of those policies. Once they demutualize, they will not be the owners of the company anymore. The stockholders, the shareholders will be the owners of the company. And the people who have those the whole life policies are probably going to be stuck just earning whatever that guaranteed rate is. It's probably not going to be a great situation. I've had somebody that closed out their Ohio account and and is already applying to get into one of the other carriers. I forget which one. But right now, so I'm currently working with somebody who's doing a change there. So I imagine there's more people out there ready to make that change that they do not want to be an owner of a stock company. I mean, there's some decisions that they'll have to take into account when deciding if it's going to be worth the move. That might be any potential losses. Potential health changes can make a big difference. How much older they are, you might end up, if you need to change, you might end up with a lot less death benefit than what you currently get. And it might be at a different health rating. So there's going to be some decisions and things to look into, to weigh, to see if it's worthwhile to change it or to just hang on to it. Because, I mean, for the most part, your whole life policies, even at the guaranteed rate, they're probably going to be okay in the long run. They're just not going to be great. And who knows what other changes might happen with Ohio National. So who knows? Darius, you've been looking into pilot certification as a hobby. Will it affect your policy negative if you pursued it? After reading Becoming Your Own Banker, you've been looking into it. Yes. So it will not affect any current policies that you have, but you probably won't be able to get any new policies. I think it's an expensive hobby too. Sounds like fun, but it's on the list. Being a pilot is on the list of things that greatly reduce your life expectancy. So something to keep in mind. And insurance companies do not look upon that lightly. So you may get, I have had one client that's still a client that got a standard health rating when they would have otherwise got a preferred plus health rating, because they did rock climbing, which is one of those activities as well. Being a pilot is another one, but there's a list of some risky activities that will absolutely knock down your rating. And I had another one who was a rock climber who basically got rated by like a table rating. I think it was a table rating of 5 or something. It was so bad it wasn't even worth doing the policy at all. We just scratched it. So you got to be careful with that stuff. Make sure you get your policies first before you do it. Now remember, one of the questions that's going to be asked is, are you planning on have you done any of that stuff in the last 2 years, or are you planning on doing any of those activities in the next 2 years? So if you can legitimately answer no, you're not planning on it in the next 2 years, great. You can qualify for whatever your health rating is. You can always change your mind in the next 2 years. You know, there's no law against that. You're not going to get dinged or denied a claim if you change your mind. But if you legitimately don't have plans to do it, like you haven't signed up for any courses to get your pilot, you haven't been studying it, or whatever. I mean, basically what it comes down to is an insurance company will probably do an investigation. If you sign up for an insurance policy, you tell them you don't do any of those extreme activities, and then you die doing one of those extreme activities within the next 2 years. They're going to investigate and find out if you actually lied on the application. If you lied on the application, they'll deny the claim. They will return your funds, though. Like they will, my understanding is they may deny your claim, but they will refund you your premiums that you paid in. So it's not like you'll be out all of the money you put into it, but it's just not worth the risk for the most part. So people got to realize some of the hobbies out there, especially smokers, it's costly. Those can be very costly when it comes to life insurance. So you always want to try and secure your life insurance first. That's my advice. Secure your life insurance first at a level that you're happy with. You can always start some policies with a low amount and build in some space so that you can contribute more down the road. Or if you have alternatives and you can get policies on a spouse, somebody who maybe doesn't engage in those activities, then you'll be all right. All right, and with that, I'm going to say goodnight. It's been great talking with you guys. I missed you as much as you've missed me, I bet. And I'm going to play you out with some music. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, go maximize your cash flow.